Hello, Keith here with Math, Fun, and Games. Today we're playing MBT from GMT Games. We're doing scenario 2. We're on turn 8. All basic and advanced rules are in effect, and we're also doing the bog optional rule. One thing I noticed in my play is I haven't been taking advantage of is the Russians. This hill 7.18, they put a tank or tanks up there. That's a very strong position because it has a view. It has a pretty solid view going out from that hilltop right there. If you watch this right here. All right, so let's see the range right here of this. All right, so if you go up to this point or even further out, you're going to see that it's a continual slope, so there's no blocking. Right, so if you go through that direction, you will not, the line of sight will not be blocked because you won't be going through 2 consecutive hexes. That means that from that position you'll be able to see into these key areas, into this gully and into that ford right there and onto that bridge. And when I was reading the terrain, just setting up, I didn't notice that, but that hill position right there, and there aren't a lot of trees blocking right here either. There's some trees here, but this left side of the battlefield, that hill, that's a very dominant position. You can even get all the way over to that Echo 2 village. Like that corner, that Echo 2 village you can get to. But then those trees right there, those orchards, those block the terrain, but it's a very strong hill position right there. It'd be interesting to take this game and to just replace these hexes right here with clear hexes. Let's see if you can actually do that with the markers. Just pop in some clear hex sides there, because that would change the battlefield up quite a bit. So let's look at map markers right here. Look at terrain. Let's see if they have one for clear terrain. Yeah, they do. Right here. There you go. So you just drop one of these clear hexes over there, and boom, and then play, and that would change the battlefield, significantly. But it's just curious, different things you can do. And this is only one of the scenarios. There's a lot of scenarios over here. There's just so much variation in this game, the whole MBT and Panzer series. And again, remember, if you know how to play MBT, then you know how to play Panzer, because they're the same system. What they did is they took what Jim Day did. He took the MBT system, the 88 system, and he upgraded it with 1985 and 86 technology. So MBT is a little bit more complex to learn, but they're both amazing systems. And the Vassal right here, has all these modifications. You can make little individual modifications to the board that can vastly change the play of the game. Also, what I would do, like me having to pop up these charts right here, it takes time. But if you had just in front of you, you don't have to have a whole board set up. You're playing with Vassal, you're playing online, maybe you're playing with a friend online. And if you just have the data cards out that come with the game, like these data cards and the player aid cards, that would take up very little table space, but it would make things quicker because you wouldn't even have to flip table. You just look, that, and that, But I'm going to actually show the tables over here in Vassal because I want you guys to, to be able to follow. All right, so the situation we have here is that we have turn 8, and I have yet to roll. I have already done the spotting. I've already done the command phase. We're about to do the initiative phase. First, let me go over some of the things that are going on over here. So over here on the left of this, I'll pull in a little bit. So there are points for eliminating enemy units. There are also points for capturing key land. You know, this ford right here is a key. This ford right there, sorry, this ford and this hex, 2 CC5 and 2 DD4. Those two hexes right there are worth points if you have both of them. Right now I have an American unit down in that ford right there, and they're in good shape. The only support I have for them is this tank with the damaged turret back in the woods over there. So that's it right now, but I am thinking of putting some more support over there because the Soviets, meanwhile, have a lot of units moving up. They have a tank right there that lost its track in support, but it still has a perfectly functioning. Then it has this unit right here. This unit right here has a anti-armor, a crew serve weapon, and it's heading down into the Scully. It's sneaking up into a closer position. And then you have another tank coming in. This is going to get involved in the battle. I'm actually even put that up on the hill. Probably not right now, but over here you have another tank coming in. And here's the ammo for this SPG. Now over here you have a heavy machine gun coming in and another squad coming in. And they're going to park. They're moving slowly, but they're going to take positions in that wood tree line right there. So there's a lot of units coming in to support the action on this left side. Now in the center for the Soviets, not much going on. There is a unit way up here on the hill, but that has a track out, and there's good spotting, but there's not right now. That hilltop isn't an important position. There's really not many good shots it has from up there because of all the trees down below. If you go down below over here, I have two perfectly good tanks. One second. All right, I have one good tank over there. The other one's brewed up. And if I go over here, so that's it. Everything right now for the Soviets is all about movement, except for this guy right here. His track is broke, so he ain't going anywhere. All right, but so he's just gonna have a fire command. Unit on the hill, I didn't have the extra command for. You only get a limited amount of commands depending on the number of units you have and the quality of your units. So that kind of hill didn't have a command. Now, over here on the right is another one of the main battle areas. We'll go up here, this town right here. Now, the VP point situations, there's a bridge right there, and there's a bridge right there. There are two bridges. One's on the left side of the map, one's on the right side of the map right near town. I don't think either side has the ability to really grab those and hold on to those for the entire game because they're spread out. Over here on the right, there's a ford, and no one controls that ford right now. That in and of itself is worth victory points. I also give victory points. I don't really know how many victory points I would give for the town, but I give victory points for controlling this town. To control this town, you have to control these two building hexes over here. And that's something they added to this scenario just to make it a little bit more, combat that town a little more consequential. So how's the combat in that town going? Well, you have a Russian Soviet unit right there. And right across the town, on the other side of the town, 2 hexes away, you have an American unit. You also have, covering the center of the town, a 113. It's with its machine gun. So you got American unit, a Soviet unit, both on kind of like opposite sides of the town. Then you have an American 113, which is a track vehicle, it has a very low profile and it doesn't have a lot of firepower. It does have a machine gun, which is something, I guess, and it can, I guess, put as a smoke dispenser, I think. Now, also, the Soviets in this woods, they also have a half squad. The reason it's a half squad, it suffered casualty reduction. And they have the BTR-70, which is a transport vehicle. Now, from the American point of view, well, starting with the town, the American have one squad over there, and they have one vehicle covering the center of the town. That's the 113. The 113 does not have a lot of firepower. It's more a people mover than a weapons platform. And this particular one, I think, only has a, like, I'll look at the 113 right here, and we'll just see what it has as far as armament is concerned. All right, so here you have the 113A2. You see it has armor piercing, but unless it's maybe a BTR-70 or an armored car, it can probably take out, but it doesn't have much penetration at all. Penetration of 4, and it does have a heavy machine gun, which can create some problems. And that heavy machine gun is its main weapon. It still is a heavy machine gun. All right, so, and that can have a significant effect on a battle. So it is something. Now this BTR, the Russians have the BTR-70. Now this BTR-70 in the woods, interestingly enough, the BTR-70 is actually a wheeled vehicle. Let's go down here. All right, BTR-70. And it has a little bit more powerful, has a small turret, has a little bit more powerful anti-armor piercing. But its GP is, doesn't have a machine gun, but it can fire explosive shells at a 5. So it's fairly powerful. So it can have a pretty good impact on, and where it is right now, it's in a place where it can really harass these American infantry in that building right there. Unfortunately, I didn't have the commands to give it. So I focused mainly for the Soviets on the only unit that's an Overwatch that isn't a move command is this Overwatch right here. These guys, and they just want to see if anybody moves into that brick building area over here or around them, they'll be able to fire on them. And you have this for the Soviets. You have this track vehicle right here, kind of like doing cover for what's going on. Now the Americans, like I said, on the left, they have this squad holding out right here in that Ford. They have this turret damaged vehicle in the woods. I keep trying to get him hauled down. That hex right there actually has brew up smoke, so that's really hard to fire out of and really hard to fire into. If I ever get that into hull down, it's going to be able to fire and not much chance of it being hit from incoming fire. Over here, I have a perfectly good tank. It might enter the fight to the left. I also have the M150. The M150 is a track vehicle. It has a little bit bigger profile than the 113, I think. It also has an anti-tank on missiles. Anti-tank on missiles, the key thing to know about those is the farther away you are, the better the shot, because it takes a while for them to lock on. I'm not sure if I'm going to have them go to the left or just focus on that town on the right. Over here, that 113, no. Okay, so I have the 113 with the squad. Right now they're on fire mode for some reason. I don't know why I have that 113 on fire mode, but it's ready to throw down some bullets. Over here, these guys are just waiting. These guys are in Overwatch. I have 4 tanks in these woods, and they're just waiting for targets. I'm waiting for things to happen. Meanwhile, behind the woods, I'm kind of moving around these units. I got 113 with the squad. I also got that 150, which has an anti-tank on missiles. They're behind the woods. I'm good. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with those, how I'm going to position those. But so there's some strong Overwatch and there's some strong fire positions in the center of the board. I have an idea of what I'm doing with the Russians. The Americans have some more flexible position right now. So right now I'm going to roll for the initiative. I'm going to start with the Americans initiative roll. 65, Soviet initiative 25. Okay, so the Americans have the initiative. That means the Americans fire first. Okay, let's take a look. Fire command. Who has fire commands? For the Americans, that's just it. The Americans, I don't have any. I got this unit. Let's see if it has a target, infantry target. I don't think it does. Actually, it might. So I think it does. I think that's why I gave it a fire command, because it has can fire against this heavy machine gun position in the woods. Let's just confirm that. Nope. Pointing up that buttoned up marker. All right, yeah, so that it can see them. All right, I'm gonna move to the left. I think that's the only target it has. I think that's the target I was gonna fire. All right, so vehicles can be open or they can be buttoned up, but that's an advanced roll. We're not using that right now. So that machine gun on that 113 is going to fire against these units, that unit in the woods, that heavy machine gun squad that's moving. So let's take a look at the M60 card. I mean the M113. So for GP fire, that range, and man, that's a small that's whatever, range of 8. That's well, like it says, that's long range. So it's going to be 1, and then I have squad and what cover does that woods give? A look. So we go over here, medium woods. Now we go to see the defensive value is for that leg unit, which is a section. And again, this is something where if you're playing by yourself and you have all the charts out in front of you, this will be very quick. I'm just click through, so it takes a little bit of time. I like making these videos. I like sharing. It's fun, so that's why I do it. I could play solitaire, or I could play somebody online, but have charts. I'd be a little bit quicker. But I just want you to know it can be a little bit quicker. All right, so it's 1. The cover, medium cover, is going to be 6. So now we look to the chart. We go up here. We have to just check out the modifiers. Target vehicle, no. Target leg crawling, no. Oh no. For smoke open, thermometer. Well, it's 1 through 6, but it's a difficult shot anyway. I don't see any modifier for moving. All right, let's move to the left. So GP factor of 1, 6, so I need 73 or greater to even have any effect. Roll it, and I guess 6, so no effect. That was a very, very low, well, a 1 in 4 chance of maybe suppressing them, but so let's make sure that unit's on top. This unit, delete the fire, and this is really easy to give it a spot fire, and it puts a little red spot fire. Green to be spot move. Okay, that's it for the American fire phase. Now for the Soviet fire phase, then you'll do the Soviet move phase. Okay, so this unit right here is going to fire at his old unit that's the other tank that's been firing for quite a while. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Short range. It's going to be short range. What modifiers? It's going to be medium cover. Short range, medium cover, target moving. Large target. Over here. We go short range. Target size is +1. Target moving -2. So it'll be -1. Medium cover -4. I think that's it. -4. Yes, -4. Okay. So go down to the -4 column. I need a 42 to hit. 29. Uh-oh. I was kind of hoping this tank would last. Kind of grew affectionate toward it. Kind of does its own thing, but I think it just exploded on me. Most unfortunate and sad. All right, so 2. That's going to be a front hit. That's going to go through the front of the turret. A 9 going to be a brew up. And I pretty much know from playing right now, I've been playing this scenario for quite a while, that these vehicles right here, 9 times out of 10, I know that the penetration actually works. Due to the damage brew up, and that's kind of disappointing. But if you're the Soviet player in this game, that's a good thing, because now there's basically no defense over there for the Americans except for anything that may be coming in now. So let's go to the right. And we have Overwatch, but okay, so Overwatch. Now, did we trigger Overwatch fire with that? Those units right here. If anybody in Overwatch that can fire on. Okay, so he's right there. I have to go to the other map. I'm gonna have to go over here and pull out a little more. Okay, go down. We're gonna see if anything can hit that track right there. So I'm gonna start here. Track. Yes, we do have 2 vehicles. Those 2 vehicles can do Overwatch. Over here. Ooh, not super flying tank. It's, I just want to check LOS tank. Down. I'm just checking to see if these units right here have. No. Okay, so I got these 2 units right here. Or in Overwatch, and they now have a target. I'm gonna do the tank first because the anti-tank guy and missile. That's gonna be I think because that's a Overwatch shot. That's gonna be a very tough shot to do. So I'll just do the tank. So, what range did we get? Range is 12. I believe that's medium range. I'll just confirm that. Well, no, it's short range. Okay, that's positive. So it's short range, and the only modifier it has is the fact that it is an Overwatch fire. All right. And it does not require combat arc change. Combat arcs, unless you use an advanced rule, is 180 degrees to the front. If you go outside 180 degrees to the front, there's an added modifier to penalty to the Overwatch shot. So you're looking Overwatch. And it's just going to be -1. So it's short range, -1. It's going to be a good shot, actually. So it going to 63 or lower. 505. Okay, that's another track hit. Basically no effect. Is that it's already track's already out on that, so no biggie. And the reason that is, it's a 10. The first number, the first digit of your D100, first digit would be, that's your 1 through 10. That shows the hit location. 10 would be track hit. It's an automatic hit. And then the second is the effect, where you look on the attacking units card. Okay, so that had no effect. Now, well, I do have to roll to see if these guys kind of finally freak out and leave the tank. And I roll another 5. So let me take a look at that, because I know it's 30. I think if it's less than 30, the crew actually bails. Let's go down right here. Track hit, crew 30 or less. So the crew actually gets fed up, gets discouraged, just gets, I guess that one hit a little too close. So they got their shot off, they took out that other tank, and they're saying, okay, we're bailing. So I have to just mark it with the bail marker. Damage. Ooh, and they bailed. Okay, well, that kind of evens things up a little bit. No more active, all the active tanks coming in. Now I have to complete the thing. I have to do the shot from the other vehicle. Now the shot from the other vehicle, and this is to see if it actually explodes and creates, you know, smoke and all this other thing. If it explodes, obviously the crew won't bail. So, okay, let's see the range. That's going to be short range. It's going to be short range. Cross. Target is not target moving. No. Target cover. No. Limit. No. Anti-tank guided missile under fire. No. So it's an actual anti-tank guided missile Overwatch. There's actually less of a penalty for Overwatch, just for Overwatch. There's actually no penalty. No. There is actually no penalty to do an Overwatch shot with an anti-tank guided missile. Interesting. There won't be much of one anyways, -1, but okay, so that's point blank range. 81, that's better thought. I mean 90. Well, -1, 81, that's a better thought than I thought it would have. 15, so it's turret front. I have to see what the 5 is. Okay. Let's go to the 150. I'm going to do a penetration check too. So it's a tow missile, penetration 126, not penetrate. And I rolled a 5. I think that's a brew up for that. No, it's KO. Okay. So it's a knockout. So doesn't matter. Crew bailed anyway. So all right. So no additional effect right there. So I can remove the Overwatch, and I notice they already have a fire spot command on them. That's now, that can trigger Overwatch fire. Overwatch fire can trigger Overwatch fire. I also Overwatching, no. No. Yeah. I think if I had given Overwatch to that unit on a hill, they could have did Overwatch fire against the Overwatch firing unit. Nah, because they were blocked by that line of sight. Okay, so they're done. So that takes care of the Soviet fire phase. Now you have the Soviet movement phase. The Soviets do have a lot of movement. I pretty much have an idea of what I want the Soviets to do for movement. The Americans, I'm not so sure. Okay, so I moved into the left of the board so we can start moving the Soviets around. So this unit right here, it's crew with this SPG-9. I think it's going to continue moving in that gully. Where are they? Yeah, for the time being, I'm just going to keep them moving in that gully. I'm also going to move up, though, their ammo. This is basically their ammo vehicle. One. I have to see how much to enter that. For a wheeled vehicle. How much to enter a gully for a wheeled vehicle? Okay. Gully, wheel, 4. Okay, so that's 5. So that's where I want it, right there. Gave it a move command. That, I mean, it left, unfortunately, it left the hull down position that it took a while to get above, but okay. And I believe it shared a command with this tank. I'm gonna go right. X. Okay. Meanwhile, this infantry unit is going to move forward to right there in the woods. It's going to face the tree line. Turn clockwise. Turn clockwise. Turn clockwise. Okay. Now this unit right here. Huh. I want to move it forward in that direction. Do I want on the left? I'm gonna move it into the woods. I'm gonna say have it be on the tree line over there, facing right in center of the board where you see American vehicles, or move it to a place where it can be involved in the. It's gonna head to the left. Right. What about this tank unit? What about this? I like to move through the scrub. I just want to remind myself how it for. Of course, I'm going to have to check. It is track vehicle. It's 2. Og. Oh, scrub. There's no scrub. There's no log in scrub. I guess just bushes. The tank can go over. Right? All right, so 7. 1, 2, 2, 6. It's getting in position. Basically, seal off of that fort and that bridge. So who else do we have moving here? All right, so you got potential movement. Oh, no movement in the village. Over here we have these 2. I'm gonna have to put a little going on. All right, now what do I want to do with these? I think I already have enough units on the left. What do I want to use for? I mean, I'm just going to move them forward into that orchard right there. I got enough go on in the right here. I basically have 2 choices. I could try to make it run into the town and have a direct influence that way, or I can go to these woods right here and just seal off the town. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go forward and I'm going to seal off that town. 1. Move it. 2. Cool. Now let me remove the move marker. That's it for now. I have to see if there's any Overwatch fire. Yes, there certainly is. So this vehicle right here, these two tanks have Overwatch. I'll just run the line of sight. Oops. Go back a little bit. Run the line of sight. Okay. Right there. Range 11. That's going to be short range. Modifier is going to be a -2 for moving. I don't believe there's any penalty for Overwatch fire, actually. Just going to be -2 for moving. This is going to be short -2. I have two vehicles over here. And they're both going to fire at the same vehicle. The reason being is if I fire at one vehicle, brew it up. Well, if I fire at one vehicle, brew it up. Second shot. You know, they're each going to fire at their own vehicle. So you got short range with, oh, but they are in light cover. Right, because those are light woods. So let's just take a look. The woods light. Light woods, okay. So target size, target is moving, -2. Target in light cover, -3. We have Overwatch, -4. And that's it. Oh, there is no Overwatch penalty for it. So it's -4. So you look at so I need a 42. So first tank. Crack it. All right. Immobilized 1. Second tank, miss. Okay, so the net result of that is one of those has a track hit. Which is not the end of the world, because at the moment that's where those vehicles can be. I don't want to move, if I move them to the left, that's going to be a huge modifier because of all that brew up smoke. So I think that's it for movement for the Soviets. Now movement for the American. On the left, no, nothing. I have some movement over here. I have these two units that are behind the woods trying to get into position. Like sneak up. I'm going to try and get those units into that town. Or maybe even grabbing that fort over there. Start with this one. And turn left. Oh, no. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to go 6 here. And this 113, I'm trying to get it into the L2, so free move. And then it's 1, 2, oh. Turn left. Drivers 2, 3. Overwatch fire against. All right, I think that's it for the American movement phase. All right, so let's pull back, see if there's anything I missed. Anything that I missed here? Well, I have that American in the woods, in the town right there. I have a movement command. Now things are going to get a little bit interesting. Zoom in. Right. Because I want them want them to move into that brick building. I can have them move into that brick building and also do a close assault against those guys. No, but they would have had to have analyzed sight before I did it, so they're just going to move into the brick building. I want them to face that direction, and we're going to get Overwatch fire. Okay. So now we're going to get Overwatch fire. This unit went from these wooden buildings to the brick building at the center of town. They're going to get Overwatch fire from this Russian unit. Okay. So, first of all, it is an MR, so it's a motor rifle squad. Point blank range. Firepower 7. Okay. Next we check cover. Brick building. Medium cover. Okay, so we got medium cover. Medium cover and moving. Medium cover moving with Overwatch fire. It's 7 to American leg units. I believe it's a 7 to 6, but walk through the process. Yep, 7 to 6. Over here, target vehicle, target vehicle, target crawling, target leg over wall, alt shooter damage, shooter suppress, brew smoke, no barrages, Overwatch. Oh, okay. Will be, so it's going to be -5. Right. So it's going to be minus, I believe that's -5 to the dice roll. Don't have to do Overwatch. Were they pointing in that direction? If they weren't pointing in that direction, they would have to do Overwatch adjust, which would be -10. No, okay, I don't think so. Where are the Soviets facing? That's the question. So they are facing in that direction. Right? It's next to it. Okay, cool. So you're going to get only a -5 to the dice roll. So it's going to be a 7 to 6 with the -5 dice roll. The offense is 7, the defense is 6. We got 49, 80. Roll and subtract 5. 46 minus 5 is 41. It's at 4980, so that fire has no effect. I gotta make sure that's marked with the spot fire small arms. That's a special type. Spot fire small arms. If you look closely at that countdown, see the little AK-47. And I think that causes them to lose full. This thing's saying. Okay, so let's pull back. We're almost through at the turn with this Overwatch marker. So now I'm just looking for any other markers that I see that I want to move. All right, I'm saying other markers they need to change. Oh, this guy's an Overwatch. I can do that. All right, anybody I want to be in full cover. I'm going to put them in full cover. I have an extra full cover marker over here. Hang. All right, let's see. I'm going to put the Soviet Union in full cover, yes. Two of these. I'm going to clone. Soviet unit's going to be in full cover, and the American units are going to be in full clockwise. Rotate counterclockwise. Go. All right, so you got that. How about this unit? I want to put them in full cover. No, because I might have make a move toward that forward. All right, so I think that's it. 45 minutes, not bad. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I want everybody out there to have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you next turn, next game, next turn, turn 9. Thank you very much. By the way, this scenario has a turn length of 15. I don't know if we're going to go that far. I don't know if we'll need to go that far. But thank you very much.